Hi, it's Jennifer and welcome to my Flagstaff home. Today I'm going to be showing you the first in a series of videos about cooking at high elevation. So what I'm going to be doing today is talking about boiling water, which seems like it would be really simple, and yet it can be a little bit tricky when you're cooking things that have to be in boiling water. The higher up you go in elevation. So when you're cooking at sea level, when you're boiling water at sea level, water boils at a temperature of 212 degrees Fahrenheit and 100 degrees Celsius. But the higher you go in elevation, the lower the temperature is when the water boils. So you can have a vigorously rolling boil going and then put your pasta into it and cook it for 9 minutes or whatever the package says, and then you find that at the end of that time your pasta has not cooked all the way, and that is because it's at a low temperature. So at I think at 6,000 feet I read that the temperature of boiling water is 201 degrees, and the higher you go the lower the temperature is going to be, and so you just have to give it more time. So we're in Flagstaff at an elevation of 7,000 feet, and so I just have gotten to where every time I am making pasta I increase the time on the pasta for about 5 minutes, and I just expect that in my rice cooker it's going to take longer to cook rice. So it's just something that you have to account for when you're cooking. So what I'm gonna do is just show you a pot of boiling water, and I'm gonna stick a thermometer in and check the temperature, and I'll be able to show you that it really does boil at a lower temperature at high altitude. You can see now that the water is at a rolling boil. And so I'm gonna take a thermometer that I have and put it in here so that we can see the temperature of the water at this rolling boil. And you'll get to see that at high altitude the water boils at a lower temperature than it would in places where the elevation is lower. So it's moving up here. Getting to about 190 degrees Fahrenheit. Let me take some of the condensation off so I can see. Come on. Looks like we're almost there. So right now it's looking like it's almost at about 190 degrees, 192 degrees Fahrenheit, about, what's that, 88 degrees Celsius. Yeah, it's up to about 194 degrees Fahrenheit right now, 88 degrees Celsius. So I don't know if you can see that there, but yeah, maybe not. Not sure if you can see what. Maybe I can shade that a little bit so you can see that. But anyway, all this to say that when you boil something, when you boil things at high altitude, the water temperature is not as hot as it would normally be, and so that means that what you're cooking is going to take longer. So normally what I do when I'm cooking pasta is I just add on about 5 minutes, and then I have to check it to see, so 5 minutes more than what the package directions would say. And so even though it's a full rolling boil here, it's just not going to get up to the temperature that it would at a lower elevation. And so you just, that's the trick really to cooking pasta here, is that you just have to add on time to cook it longer so that it is adequately cooked. Even to get it to al dente, you need to get, or al dente, I don't know how you pronounce that, you have to
boil it for longer. And so rice, I do rice in a rice cooker. It takes longer than it would if I was in a place with lower elevation. So that is the trick with cooking things in boiling water at high elevation, is just to make sure that you just cook it longer, because you can have the most vigorously rolling, boiling thing of a pan of water, but it's not going to cook your food as quickly.
Well, there you go. I just showed you how to boil water. But more importantly, I hope that I have explained why it takes longer to cook things in boiling water at high elevation. So if you're cooking pasta or rice or anything like that, just give it a little bit more time and everything will work out well. Thanks for joining me on my Flagstaff home, and hope to see you again. Bye.